So it's been exactly 2 months, 60 days of using the silver iPhone 17 Pro as my main daily driver phone, and honestly, the honeymoon phase is over. We've all seen the flashy ads, we've heard the marketing hype about the Forge Plateau and the A19 Pro chip, but what is it actually like to live with this thing? For context, I upgraded from the iPhone 15 Pro. I completely skipped the 16 Pro because, well, it just didn't feel like enough of a leap for me, but this year, I made the switch, and spoiler alert, if you are sitting on an iPhone 15 Pro or anything older, this might actually be the update you've been waiting for, but not necessarily for the reasons Apple is telling you. In this video, I'm gonna be real with you. We're gonna talk about the good stuff, like how Apple finally fixed the overheating issues that drove me crazy on my 15 Pro, and the not so good stuff like the Scratchgate controversy you've probably seen on Twitter. I'll break down the performance, the battery life after 36 cycles, and that new triple 48 megapixel camera system. Whether you're on the fence about buying this or you're just confused about whether you really need to upgrade, stick around. Let's get into it. Okay, first let's address the design, specifically the material. You know, a lot of people, and I mean a lot, are calling this a downgrade. We went from the premium dense feel of titanium on the 15 and 16 Pro back to 7000 series aluminum. And look, I agree to an extent. When you hold this side by side with the 15 Pro or the stainless steel 14 Pro, those phones just feel heavy, dense, expensive. This aluminum unibody feels cheaper, maybe a little less jewelry-like. But Apple did this for a reason, which I'll get to in the performance section. But before that, I have to talk about the Scratchgate situation. You've probably seen the forums or videos from guys like Jerry Rig Everything. The issue is real. The new anodized aluminum, especially on the sharp corners of this new camera plateau, is prone to chipping and scratching if you aren't careful. That is exactly why I chose the silver color. The deep blue and that new cosmic orange look cool, but when they scratch, you see the bright silver aluminum underneath the paint. It contrasts heavily. With this silver model, if it scratches, it's silver on silver, you can barely tell. Plus, I think it looks the cleanest. It's minimalist, elegant, and paired with any case, it looks so damn good. And speaking of design, the camera plateau. When I first saw this raised rectangular bar replacing the old square bump, I thought it looked weird. Like, really weird. But after 2 months, I've actually fallen in love with it. It spans the width of the phone, so when you put it on a table, it doesn't wobble anymore. It feels stable. It's funny. Looking back at the old corner bumps now, they feel kind of outdated. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Let me know in the comments if you guys are vibing with the plateau or if you missed the old bump. Now let's talk size. If you follow the channel, you know I am a compact phone guy. I've always gone for the regular Pro, never the Max. I just love being able to use my phone with one hand. The iPhone 17 Pro is 6.3 inches, which is a sweet spot. It's slightly bigger than my old 6.1 inch 15 Pro, but because the bezels are so incredibly thin, the phone doesn't feel huge in the hand. The rounded edges of the new unibody design make it really comfy to hold too. And the display itself, it's stunning. We're looking at up to 3000 nits of peak brightness now. I noticed this immediately when I was filming outdoors. On my 15 Pro, the screen would dim after a few minutes in the sun. This thing just stays bright. It's a subtle upgrade on paper, but in daily use, it's noticeable. Alright, this is the big one. This is why I actually upgraded the performance and the thermals. I'm a content creator. I use my phone for filming a lot, usually in 4K. With my iPhone 15 Pro, that phone would get toasty, like uncomfortably warm when I'm filming outdoors under the bright sun. With the iPhone 17 Pro, Apple finally added a vapor chamber cooling system inside this aluminum unibody, and wow, it makes a huge difference. In the 2 months I've had this, even during setup, which usually cooks a phone, I haven't felt that annoying heat. It gets warm if I'm shooting 4K 120 FPS in direct sunlight, sure, but it never gets annoying hot. And that cooling lets the A19 Pro chip actually fly. I ran Geekbench 6 on this guy, and check these numbers out. I got a 3822 on single core and 9848 on multi-core. That score is insane. It's actually beating the M2 desktop level processor. And for the Metal GPU score, 45913. What does that mean for you? It means this phone feels instant, everything snaps open. I haven't done a ton of heavy gaming yet, but with this chip and the new cooling, I have zero doubts it can crush AAA titles. It's basically a supercomputer in your pocket that doesn't melt your hand anymore. Let's touch on battery life. This was another pain point on my 15 Pro. After a year, that battery was struggling to get me through a full day. On the 17 Pro, Apple claims huge leaps up to 33 hours of video playback. In my real-world usage, it's been stellar. I'm currently at 100% battery health with just 36 cycle counts after 2 months. As a daily driver, pulling it off the charger at 7 a.m., doing my emails, social media, camera work, I'm going to bed with juice left. I never have that range anxiety I had with the 15 Pro. That efficiency from the A19 chip really shines here. Okay, the camera. This is the fun part. We now have a triple 48 system. 48 megapixels on the main, the ultra wide and the telephoto. I have to give Apple props for the zoom. Last year on the 16 Pro they did 5x, but on the 17 Pro they went with a 4x optical zoom. That's about 100mm. For me, 4x is way more useful than 5x. 5x is just a bit too punched in for portraits or indoor shots. 4x is better, and because it's 48 megapixels, you can crop into an optical quality 8x zoom that still looks shockingly good. It's an insane gap in quality compared to my old 15 Pro. For video, we can shoot 4K at 120 frames per second. It's buttery smooth. If you like slow motion B-roll, this is a dream. But the sleeper hit feature? The front camera. It's an 18 megapixel square sensor, and here is why it's cool. You can take a landscape horizontal selfie while holding your phone vertically. The sensor is huge, so it just crops the wide part for you. No more awkward wrist gymnastics to get your friends in the shot. I think we're gonna see a lot of Android phones copying this soon. Plus, there's a new feature called dual capture where you can record front and back video at the same time. Now, I have to be honest about the software. Apple Intelligence. It's here, but it's kinda not. For me right now, it's not a huge deal. I just don't recommend you buy this phone just for the AI. It still feels very beta, it's early days. Honestly, I still find myself opening the Gemini app or ChatGPT for my heavy lifting because they are just more powerful right now. Apple Intelligence is cool for little summaries and cleanup tools, but it's not the life changer they marketed it as, at least not yet. And considerations, like I said earlier, the aluminum is softer than titanium. If you are rough on your phone, you need a case. I did a pocket test with my keys, no dent yet, but I'm not risking it. I rock a clear case 90% of the time. If you hate cases, get the silver one. Trust me on this. So the iPhone 17 Pro, is it worth it? If you are coming from an iPhone 16 Pro, honestly, probably not. You can wait. But if you're like me, coming from an iPhone 15 Pro, 14 Pro, or anything older, this is a go. The upgrade this year isn't just incremental. The jump in thermal management with the vapor chamber alone changed how I use the phone. It doesn't get hot, the battery lasts longer, and that 4x camera is incredibly versatile. It's humble in its design, going back to aluminum, but it's a professional workhorse on the inside. Anyway, that's been my experience after 2 months. Let me know in the comments, are you team aluminum or do you miss the titanium? And are you upgrading this year? Thanks for watching and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.